What? All right, so we were doing this one.
Yes.
Yes, and somebody had said a market, but it's not a market because in a market, the owners get the money for themselves.
Charity shop.
Exactly, charity shops. Here she's. Yes, so the charity shops. Hi, Sophia, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, so B, because of this, they're really cheap and the money you spend all goes to people who need help. So charity shops. Okay, let's see the other one.
A shopping center.
Yes, a shopping center. This is easy. And the other one?
A market.
Yes, how do we know it's a market?
Because it says different stalls.
Right, there are stalls in a market and, well, there are no changing rooms. Okay. Well, let's see. In which of these have you bought clothes? What should we call this in Spanish? So it's a sale that is organized for a special purpose on a special occasion. It is not always there. And the money that is collected or that is raised is given to somebody in particular for some reason, not to the owners or not to the people selling.
Una recaudación.
But it would be a kind of, recaudar would be this word that you have here, raise or collect money or raise money. But what do we call this kind of shop? Let's say it is not a shop, but it's a place where people can buy things. But it is not always there. Maybe you want to go there today and you can't because nobody's there. People meet to sell things of their own, but on a given day, they usually announce that with papers stuck or which they stick on trees, or they promote the sale and they get together to sell things and they give the money that is collected to other people. But maybe this happens once a month or twice a year or once in a lifetime. So I think that in Spanish we would call this una feria. Yes, and we organize it from time to time, or once, perhaps only once, or 3 times a year, or every last Saturday in certain months. So, in which of these have you ever bought clothes or something, not only clothes?
In a shopping center.
Okay. Have you ever been to a market?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Which one or where?
I don't know what's the market.
Well, look, what Mateo said, this is a great place to buy clothes. I love walking around the different stalls. Donde hay puestitos, but it is always there, or every weekend is there, or every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Mhm. Can any of you think of a market? If not, I'll tell you.
Creo que hay un zoológico aquí al lado, tipo está la ruta, y ahí se juntan un montón de puestos.
I couldn't hear you properly. Can you repeat?
Sí, que hay un zoológico no sé dónde, pero al lado del zoológico más o menos hay como una ruta donde alrededor se juntan todos los puestos.
And is that open every weekend or every day or every Sunday? Yes? Yes, then it would be a market. And the money of the things they sell is for the people selling. Isn't it?
I don't know.
Well, it should be for those who are selling. Another example could be Sensabello. Have you heard of that? La Feria de Sensabello?
Yes.
Well,
sí.
well, that's a market because you can go there. I'm not sure, but I think every weekend, and it will always be there open at the weekends. I don't know if you can go every day, but it's in a fixed place, and the money of everything they sell goes to the owners. Yes, no charity. It's for themselves. And well, there aren't changing rooms where you can try on your clothes comfortably. Perhaps there is something, but it's not very comfortable. So, and there is another market, for instance, in what we call outlets. For example, there is one in Quilmes on Hipólito Yrigoyen, about going from Quilmes to Bernal, about 7 or 8 blocks from Rivadavia on Hipólito Yrigoyen. There you have a market, which is open only, I think only on Fridays, Saturday, and Sundays. But the money of everything sold goes to the owners of the stalls, de los puestitos. So that is a market. And usually the clothes or the things that you can buy there are cheaper than if you buy them in a shop on 14th Street or in Quilmes. Okay. And a jumble sale may be organized, for instance, in a park or in a square, but for some special occasion to help some people in particular. Suppose there has been a flood, una inundación, and well, you can get all the people living in, I don't know, in Villa España, get together and sell things, and then they give the money to the people who have been flooded, only to those. Yes? So you said that you have bought in a shopping center, and where else have you bought?
In a market.
In a market, okay. In one of the ones I mentioned or in another?
in another,
In which one? Where is it?
in Mar de Ajó.
Uh-huh. And it is open every weekend or every day or?
Every weekend at night.
Uh-huh. Okay, then that's a market. Okay. And what about a charity shop? Do we have charity shops here in our area? Because we sell objects or products for charity, but I think, perhaps I am mistaken, but I think that we don't have charity shops. Where can you buy charity things or things for charity? Have you ever seen a place where you can buy charity things?
No.
Well, in churches. I've seen that in churches, only in churches here. But apparently this is common in other countries. In our case, I have seen this only in a church. I presume that people go and offer their clothes or things to the church, and then the church organizes a charity shop where you can buy things, but very cheaply. But I think we wouldn't go to buy there because we are not expected to go to the church to buy things so cheaply. This is organized for very poor people who need to buy these things very cheaply. So that would be a charity shop in our case, organized by churches. Okay. And have you ever bought anything in a jumble sale? So to help a group of people or somebody in particular?
No.
No. Okay. Sometimes when there is a climate disaster, you can organize a sale to help those who have suffered some loss. Okay. Read the texts again and answer true, false, or doesn't say. Text A, let's see. The speaker's parents do a lot of acting. It doesn't say, because what do we know about the speaker's parents?
That they are part of the group.
That they are?
Part of the group members.
Yes, they are members of the theater group, but we don't know if they are actors. What else could they do as members?
Sing.
What?
Sing.
Maybe they sing, or maybe they film the group, or maybe they put the things in the right place, or they clean the stage, or they help them to get dressed and to change their clothes. So it doesn't say whether they act or not. Number 2, the best thing about helping is that you don't have to pay for the clothes that you find.
False.
False. Why? What do we know?
Because the girl on the text say that she always paid for every clothes.
Yes, it's here. I always help them because as I'm sorting out or classifying the bags of clothes that people give us, I often find something for myself. I always pay for them. Mhm. Okay, good. Let's see B. The clothes sold here are not new. The clothes sold here are not new.
True.
Yes. Mhm. I rarely buy new clothes. These shops are great for finding unusual old jackets. Yes. Mhm. The girl and her friend usually go to the cinema after shopping.
Doesn't say.
It doesn't say. What do we know?
There are 150 shops for restaurants and a cinema, but in the text doesn't say that they go to the cinema always.
Yes, we know that there is a cinema, but we have no idea whether they go to the cinema or not. It doesn't say so. And you can't try clothes on. And I think, Mateo, it is you, the one that forgets the on. Try things on. You try trousers on, you try a t-shirt on, you try a jumper on, always with on. So you can't try clothes on here because there are no changing rooms.
True.
True. The only problem is that there are no changing rooms. Okay, good. All right. Complete the article with the words from the box. And we have looks, buys, see, wearing, boots, market, wears, usually, dressed, and cool. Let's see the first paragraph. Sophie, can you start? Sophie is not here. Well, ay, no será que me olvide de admitirla. Sophie, are you there?
Creo que está Miss, pero tiene el micrófono desactivado.
Ok. Bueno, ¿por qué será? Ok. Well, Valen?
The friend I want to write about is Nicola. She always wears really cool clothes and she looks great whatever she has on. Nicola loves wearing hats. You never see her without one on her head.
Okay,
Sometimes
okay. Wait a second. Good. Let's see somebody else. Victoria?
Sometimes she wears women's sun hats, but usually she wears old-fashioned men's hats like you see in gangsters films.
Mateo?
She wears a mixture of styles.
Yes. Can you go on, Mateo?
Last week she came to school wearing
No, because we have in.
dress in a summer dress with a man's jacket and a pair of walking boots.
Boots, exactly. Yes, very good. Sophie? Well, Victoria?
Nicola usually buys her clothes from the market. She goes there every Saturday and she spends hours looking for interesting new things to wear.
Very good. Okay. You're going to write a similar article about one of your friends. Before you start, organize your ideas. So, as you can see, you have to organize ideas about clothes, the clothes she wears or the kind of clothes she wears, the accessories she wears or he. Let's see in this part. What do we know about the clothes and the accessories?
She always wears hats.
Right. So we know something in general first, that she wears really cool clothes, and then she specifies. She talks about hats and different hats she wears. And she speaks about the styles and different clothes and accessories that she wears. Then, adjectives to describe his look or her look. What adjectives have you found here to describe her look?
Cool.
Cool.
Old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned men's hats, okay. Any other?
Interesting.
Which one?
Interesting.
Sorry. Wait. Interesting, but interesting new things to wear. Well, she could look interesting in interesting things. Yes, maybe. So, then other information, where he or she buys his clothes, etc. What other information do we get here? Do we know where she gets her clothes?
Yes, in a market.
Right. And we know something else apart from that.
She goes to the market every Saturday.
Yes. So very often, every Saturday. And apart from going every Saturday, she spends hours looking for interesting new things to wear. Okay, so you're going to write a similar article about one of your friends. Before you start, organize your ideas. And then in number 5, it says, now write the article. So you have to start in a similar way to the one that we have read. A friend whose fashion style I admire or I like. The friend I want to write about is, well, something similar to this. Let's see if you can think of a friend now or somebody in your family, somebody that you know, and let's try to say something like this. Is there anyone whose fashion style you like, you admire? Can you think of anybody whose fashion style you like?
Ni idea.
No idea. Okay, one of the girls?
No.
Well, okay, I leave you to think it over and to do this as homework. Okay. But pay attention to the example, all right?
Mm.
Well, let's go to the student's book. Let's go. Right. The person. Student's book. All right. Okay. What page was it? No, not so much. Well, we have read about these three. Do you remember? Well, let's see if you remember these words. A designer, something is beyond someone's budget. So when it is too expensive for the money that you can spend. Yes, suppose you have 1,000 pesos, but it costs 1,200. It is beyond or it is over your budget. It's too expensive for you. You tend to do something. Is this clear? Tend to? Let's see who says this. Tend to. Not here. So it must be.
El primer párrafo.
For the average here, they tend to spend their money in high street stores. What else can we use instead of they tend to spend their money? What other word could we use instead of that?
They usually spend.
Yes, they usually spend. Right. Good. What do you tend to wear? What do you tend to wear when you have, let's say, a birthday party? What do you tend to wear when you have a birthday party?
Es que, pero hay un problema.
Which one?
Hace como 3 años que no voy a ningún cumpleaños porque no me gusta.
Okay. You don't like birthday parties? Well,
No.
you are strange. Why not?
Antes, como que todos eran súper ruidosos, súper sucios, súper amontonados en una esquina y todos corrían de un lado para el otro y no me gustaba eso.
Ah, well, uh, you would like to go to a birthday party if there were fewer people where you
Yes.
could talk to them. Hmm.
Yes.
Yes. What about the others? Do you go to birthday parties?
Yes,
And what clothes do you tend to wear for a birthday party?
smart clothes
Okay.
or casual.
Mm-hmm. All right. Would you go to a party with sports clothes, Mateo?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I usually go with maybe casual
Mm-hmm.
clothes, but if it is a 15
Ah,
years old birthday, I go with formal clothes
uh-huh. Such as what?
and jeans and a shirt
Uh-huh.
and maybe a tie.
Uh-huh. But jeans, you tend to go in jeans. Do all your friends tend to go in jeans?
Yes,
Uh-huh. So it is fashionable now to go in jeans and with a shirt and a tie. Okay. Well, here we have mix and match. I think this girl, Maud, said that she liked mixing and matching. Can you understand the meaning of match in this case?
Como mezclar estilos.
Yes, that would be mix. But if you look at her, the clothes she is wearing, we can say that they match because gray goes well with pink. So they match. Or if you wear black and white, they match. Or black, red, and white, they
Combina.
match. Yes. But I think that wearing orange and red, they don't match. But well, if you want to wear them, you can. But I wouldn't say they match. Okay, image, fashionable, developing. Do you remember developing?
Yes.
A developing country is one that is one where the economy is getting better and so society is living better. Child labor, yes. Shoppers, the people who go and buy something, recycled product, renewable and source. Renewable. What renewable sources do we know, for instance? Speaking about energy, what renewable sources do we know?
The light.
Which one?
The light.
Well, light is produced, you can produce it using oil, but you can also produce it using a renewable source, such as what?
Un molino.
Yes, but what does the mill is molino, M-I-L-L, windmill. So the windmill uses the wind. That is a renewable source, the wind. What other renewable source do you know?
Plastic.
Well, that would be recycled. Plastic can be recycled, but it's not a source, because a source is what allows you to not to use oil, but to produce energy, like the wind, the sun. Yes, the sun is another renewable source because you can use the energy from the sun, but the sun is still there. Any other? The energy that comes from the sea waves, that is also a renewable source. The energy that you can get from the inner part of the earth, that is also a renewable source, but not the one that we get from oil, because that is, we are running out of oil. We can't reproduce it, let's say. Well, fair trade. Do you remember what that was?
Yes.
Yes. When you think it is that people are treated correctly, properly, honestly. To ensure was, who remembers?
Un comercio justo.
That is a fair trade. And what about ensure?
¿Un seguro?
That, what you have said, should start with U, not with E. Unsure, what you said. Ensure is a verb, and to ensure is to make sure that. Yes? So I could say, ensure that you have handed in all the homework, or make sure that you have handed in all. It's a verb, to make sure that. Well, manufacture, make, proper, wage. Do you remember the difference between wage and salary?
Yes.
So it's less money and you get it every day or every week or every 15 days. Ethical, that has to do with morals. Realistic, bargain, when it is very, very cheap. Unusual, look, as a noun or a verb. I like my friend's look, or I like how